Good morning, dear educators. Thank you for joining us today. On behalf of Ethos Foundation and in association with the Rainmatter Foundation, we are delighted to welcome you all to the second session of our masterclass series. This series grew out of our ongoing efforts and conversations with faculty across institutions, listening to challenges, questions, and aspirations for teaching. One thing emerged clearly. There is a need for a space that supports educators, encourages reflection, and brings in voices that can deepen academic practice. That intention is what shaped the series. Today isn't about replacing the art of teaching with algorithms. Instead, we are here to explore how artificial intelligence can act as your augmented teaching partner. Our goal is to empower you with practical, responsible, and creative approaches that enhance your unique pedagogy rather than sidelining it. It's a privilege to have with us architect Anurakti Yadav, assistant professor from Brick School of Architecture, Pune, as our expert for today. Architect Anurakti Yadav is an academic, researcher, and mentor with 10 years of teaching experience and 5 years of professional practice in housing, residential, and industrial projects. She is a recipient of the Aspire Research Mentorship Scholarship from SPPU University, Pune, for her research on the environmental effectiveness of recycled concrete. Her expert areas include low-cost construction materials, earthquake-resistant construction techniques, advanced construction techniques, and the integration of AI in education, particularly the application of generative AI to transform architectural pedagogy. She has published and presented research papers on these themes in national and international journals and conferences, including her work titled Architecting the Future, Harnessing Generative AI for Revolutionary Education and Practice. She has recently also conducted a 2-day faculty development workshop on the responsible and effective use of AI tools in teaching, contributing to academic capacity building. Beyond her technical contributions, she is the author of a Hindi poetry book dedicated to her parents. She has also earned national recognition through a prestigious pageant title reflecting her leadership, creativity, and commitment to multidimensional excellence. With that, I welcome Architect Anurakti to please take over. You can start with your presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ramya, for this introduction. I'm really happy that I'm being the part of this session, the second series itself. So I'm really looking forward for it. And we have, oh my God, we have more than 25 participants. Oh, that's great. Around 25. I was not expecting so much. I mean, good, but I'm happy. Okay, let me share my screen. So while I'm sharing the screen, one thing for everybody, I just request, I know it's Saturday, you might be at home or some other place, but just a request to keep your laptop with you if you can, and if you are really handy and good with the mobile, doesn't matter. I'm okay with that because we're gonna try something on GPT and something on the image generation thing if we get the time for this 2 hours. So yeah, that's the thing. Okay. Yeah. And maybe something to be discussed over the chat box, or you can mute yourself. Ramya, can they mute themselves? Is the system on or the setting is on?
Yeah, I think we
Unmute,
can
sorry,
we can
unmute.
do we can do that in between. Whenever you give me a cue, we can do that. Yeah.
All right, that's great. Okay, so leading to that. Yeah, so the topic which talks about the augmented intelligence right now, this is what happening in today's scenario, that everything is getting translated to the next thing. Just a second. I just keep my mobile on mute, otherwise it keep on disturbing me only. Yeah, right. So every feed is getting translated to a next feed using the AI. So if I talk about the speech is getting translated to the text, to the image, to the video, to the 3D formation, or even the code formation. And likewise, all the text, image, video, 3D coding to everything you can imagine and you cannot imagine is happening nowadays. These are the basic tools, AI tools that is being used nowadays in offices, in colleges by few students during internship, and definitely when now we have started using it in the education too, during the lecture, during the discussion in the studios. So for the schematic design, we have a lot of options over here for the design development, and that's the stage wise process of any project. So for conceptual design, we have options. Then for design development also we have option like Finch and Spatio, where you can actually generate the plan of, itself along with the concept. Next stage for the construction documentation, we have RG and MBU. They are really good for documenting the ongoing process on site and converting into a proper post-mortem report for the project management on the site. Then for bidding and negotiation also we have AI tools, which is making your life easy, making approachable to everybody, and it's a quick process altogether. So Creo and Toggle AI, all of this are there. Now, for the construction, when we think is AI being used for developing the working drawing, maybe yes, no. Is the AI being used or the augmented intelligence, not I mean, the AR, VR technology, all that things are getting used during or on the site construction. So if you find a fault over there, you don't have to wait for the consultant. You can use the AI tool and you can figure out, you can map out with the color coding given by that tool that where the fault is there. And then you can call the expert and get it rectified quickly. So that quick process is happening nowadays. So that's why today for the 2 hours, we're going to talk what are the AI basics for us, for the educators? What are the practical uses that you can use in the studios? Some hands-on prompts we will try today so that you can be equipped with this and you can use it in the future. What are the different visual tools that we can use for teaching? And definitely, one thing that we are always concerned about is the ethics and the boundaries that to be set and that to be used by the students, right? So now I want you to maybe unmute or just reply on the chat box. There, here we start with the communication. Few question. The first question is, when it comes to AI in architecture education, are you excited or you are worried or you are curious? And why? May I have some reply? Or you can reply on the chat box. I can see it on my phone. Okay, so we got one response that you are curious about it. Fine. Out of 25, may I have 10 at least? You are excited and curious at the same time, all right. Or you can unmute and tell me the concern if you want to, and you are comfortable to unmute yourself. You are worried. Okay, you are curious. All right. You are excited and now you are learning. Excited. Okay, all right. So I think the curiosity and excitement is all together. I see it on the through the chat box. Okay, worried. All right. All right. Next thing, what could be the one challenge you will face while teaching that you wish AI could help you with? Any challenge that you are facing during the teaching and you want the AI to help? So if I had to answer, I think the challenge I was facing is to have a quick PPT generation of what I'm thinking. So I wanted something to help me, and the AI came in the picture. So anything that you are. Okay, the same thing, PPT. All right. Continuously keep students engaged. I agree with that.
Is there
Okay.
anything else? Big demonstrations.
Okay. The quick demonstrations. All right. Right, right. Okay. So do you really believe that the students should be allowed to use the AI tools for the design process? I think this is the question I wanted to float before starting anything. Do you really want the students to use AI? Okay. Making the graphical visualization. Yeah, you want. Yes, you want. Okay, good, good. This is the answer I was expecting. Otherwise, this session of worriness would be more other than the excitement. Okay. Yes, but in an ethical way. Totally agree. It can help to boost up the work. Okay. Great. I'm happy to see that you are ready to accept this fact that let the student allow the use of AI tools in the classroom. We cannot stop them from using AI, so why not teach them? Perfectly right. Perfectly right. I think we are on the same page here. Okay. What fears do you have about the students relying too much on AI? Any fear? One thing is definitely, I think, the ethic thing which someone has already mentioned. Any other fear if the student is relying too much on the AI?
If someone wants to unmute and share also, it's okay. We have that option open for everybody.
Yeah, that's great. Even you have the background noise, it's okay, it's fine. Online thing can take care of that. It may kill the creativity. Okay. They don't do the research, they just copy. It reduces the thought process. Okay. So I'm sure you must be facing these fears during your studios, and that's why this is coming up over here. Okay. The last thing, are we unsure how to respond as educators during the time? So when you are saying they are just doing the research and they are just doing the copy, they are not doing the research. Are you unsure how to respond to that? Problem with the accurate prompting to use the chat GPT while making the notes with the PPT. They confuse the knowledge and the information, right? Yeah, you are kind of unsure. Okay, all right. I think the first and the only reply is fine to me to continue with this session. So if you are kind of unsure how to respond, this session is gonna help you in some way. Yeah. So now, why AI actually matters in architecture education nowadays? We know the students are using the AI tools, and really we cannot stop that, right? The main thing is we need to be aware what AI tools are there instead of getting fear that we might not exist in the future and it is going to replace us. No, better get a little bit known for. I think there is some scribbling happening over my screen. Okay, great. Shweta.
Um, Ritik, can you just take care of that, please? Yeah.
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 I'll ignore that. Going back. Yeah. Then the role of educators is evolving. Do not be fear about the thing that AI is gonna replace us. But no, our role is getting evolving and we need to get updated about it instead of getting a fear that yeah, we will disappear. No, this is not gonna happen. It's a machine, it will remain a machine. We are the one who know how to use that, right? So use AI as a teaching support instead of just sitting there and discussing that it is gonna do that, do this. No, get off the dialogues, and be in action. So, how you can use it? It can be used for improving the efficiency, right? Efficiency means instead of working too much on the admin tasks, you will get more time to have with the students, right? If you get the admin tasks that we all the faculties, all educators have, so you can reduce that time and improve the efficiency with the students and the discussions. The personalization factor is there. It helps you personalize the learning paths based on the student needs and the progress, right? So whatever progress is there, if you can map it quickly on time during the semester time, so you can actually do the personalization in your inputs, in whatever objectives you have thought of and how you want the semester to go on, because you are getting a time to think on it and be with the students. Next thing is definitely the feedback time will be there. So enhancing the learning process, you can give more feedback to the students, right? So that's one thing. Next is the data analysis. You can do the analysis of student work to identify what is the current trend is going on and how the students is actually working nowadays to have the strategies that can improve your teaching. We have to be keep updating ourselves, and that can happen if you know how the student is responding nowadays and what they want. So, and the simulation is making something difficult thing to be explained in a very quick and easy way. So two-way communication can happen easily with using the AI. So if I summarize this thing, it is reducing the time to work on other things and giving more time to be with students. That's one thing. And we know now the students are getting the conceptualized sketches being generated by AI, and they are getting the site analysis to being generated by AI in few minutes. So this is there. As you are curious or concerned about the research too, they are getting the research answer also from the AI tools. So this is what is already there. What I want you to now think and tell me with a word only in the chat box. What do you think? Is it a myth or a reality that the AI generated work has no originality? Just a one word reply. It's a myth. Yeah. Myth. All right. Good.
Invitations.
Great. Fine. So it means you are agree with me that it's a myth. Yeah, it is a myth. It is not that it is not having any originality. If you give the command and search well, you cannot believe what different or original content you're gonna get from the AI. So it is not always that it is getting the things from here and there. It's up to you how you want the things to be. Using GPT, is it cheating in the design studio? Yes, it's a myth or a reality. So if you agree, it's a reality. If you disagree, it's a myth. It's a reality. It's a myth. Okay, reality. Okay, so here I guess we are getting a mixed response. Few of you are saying it's a myth, and few are saying it's a reality. I think the one who are allowing the students and you are checking that, maybe you are writing it's a myth. Uh, sorry, the one who is not so much familiar with the AI, for you, it might be a reality. It's okay, that's your opinion. But if I have to say on this, it's a myth. Why myth? Because we cannot say that it's a cheating. We use Google, right? We search from the Google. Now our generation switched from library books to Google when the Google got introduced in our life. We are doing that. So we are not doing cheating, right? So they are not doing cheating if they are using it with the ethical use. And that is what we call to learn how we can check and make sure that this is not happening. AI eventually replaced the architecture teachers. The biggest dialogue that is happening nowadays. No, no, never. Perfect, perfect. This is what I want. Okay, switching to the next. Students can become lazy if they use AI too much. True. Yes, somehow. Okay. It's false. Okay. Not true. Yeah, that's true. I think that's true. Definitely, they are doing that. They are getting lazy if they are using AI too much. Now, here is our part comes. Our role is important that they need to be guided well. What to be used, how to be used, and then how it should be converted into some dialogues that we will discuss, right? AI can help generate multiple design ideas quickly. Yes, no. I think I do not need this question. Yes, everybody is agree. No, AI has no understanding of culture or the context. This is the important question. And if somebody has to say on this, that person can unmute. They need to understand what to search, same as the Google search. Agree. And who will tell them? Us. Yeah. No, the prompting is required. Okay. So if you give the prompt, you are saying it can give you a better understanding of the culture and context. AI can be taught the culture and context. Okay. Via prompts. Agree. So I guess it's the uh, reality, the most reality that yes, AI is not having any understanding of the culture or the context. And you have given the solution, you know it. You have to give the prompt. You have to tell first for which context and the culture we want you to respond, right? Mm, I think I will take this last one. AI is only useful for the presentation and not for all other real teaching, real time teaching. With correct prompt, some context can be introduced and be okay, it's a myth. Okay. AI has much more computing power. It can be simulated by any kind of prompts. Okay, can be done if we use a prompt. Okay, it's a myth. Yes, it's a myth. Okay, if you agree that it's a myth, you are at the right platform with me. Okay, it's because we will switch to the main part that how we can use AI for the teaching, right? You can use it for the studio subjects and you can use it for the theory subject well. For the studio subjects, you can use it to generate the design briefs for your designs with the different variations quickly saving the time. You can use it to create the site analysis prompts or ready prompts that you can give to the students, discuss with them, and ask them to do the site analysis on the basis of that, right? You can use it to develop the critic questions. So sometime we have this thing to have the peer reviews during the studios with the students. So there, what kind of question they are asking to each other, sometimes that is a little immature review scenario. So you can ask the students also, you can use the GPT on the spot that, okay, these are the critic questions, better have dialogues or discussions on that, right? Secondly, for the theory subject also, the best part is you can summarize all your lecture. So whatever input or lecture or the session you are taking, you can summarize, you can get it summarized quickly from the GPT. So you can move to the next thought of the next session or the next lecture. You can do a lot of case study comparisons for you to demonstrate or explain during your input with the students. So otherwise, what we do is we do the case study, we check the books, we check the Google, we do it by our own knowledge, site visit or whatever. But that takes time. Better the cases that you know, give the prompt to the AI that these are the references. I want this comparison of this on the basis of this. Now give me a quick thing, and you can immediately show it to the students. Secondly, for a quiz or question generation. So you can generate the quiz using AI to have better engagement of the students during the studio, right? Because I think that was also a concern. Somebody texted that. For example, if you use AI GPT to get the studio brief done. So here is the prompt. Let's see what it is giving us as a solution to that. I will just copy paste it because I just पहले से मैंने लिख के रखा है उसको. Yeah, I'll switch to my GPT. This dialog box is coming in between. Yeah. So I'm sure all of you are using GPT and you know. Yeah. Yeah, here is my GPT thing. You can see it is little different, more interface is little different from the basic GPT because I have updated it and I've added AI PRM. I will tell you what is that and why it is used for. Okay, so I have written the prompt as generate a second year architecture design brief for a community library in a dense urban context. Let's see what it is giving us as a result. Yeah, okay. So it is for second year. We are the studio content. I hope my this thing is not popping up in between.
We are able
This
to see it properly.
the entire screen you are able.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, the studio explores how architecture can create the meaningful public space within a congested urban fabric. Students will design neighborhood community library that acts not as a place for reading but as a social condenser. Right? It has given you the project emphasizes किस पे emphasize करना है public versus private spatial transitions, inclusive and interactive community spaces, blah blah. A project background is given, right? What need to be considered? A site context is given. It is generic because अभी हमने कुछ उसको दिया नहीं था information. Still, it gave us something over there. Plot size is there. Yeah, building, narrow axis, blah blah blah. What is the surrounding? And what are the main points student must respond to? What are the design objectives that the student must aim? वो भी पूरा डिटेल में दिया हुआ है यूज कोर्टयार्ड टेरेस वॉइड skylights flexible spaces for multiple community uses blah blah. The user group is also being identified by it, yeah? And even the area statement is also is there. So this is what being getting generated in a minute by AI, right? Everything is there. Total built up area इतना होगा, design consideration इतनी होगी, regarding materiality, inclusivity, and everything, right? Outcomes will be this, blah, blah, blah. That is good for your for your documentation. Expected studio drawings, किस scale में कौन सा चाहिए, that is also clear, right? Okay, so this is all given by the JPT. It काफी help करिए इससे. So you can get it quickly. I'm not saying you are doing a cheating while you are using GPT for producing your design brief, but you are saving your time. If you give the entire information, इतना चाहिए, इसके लिए चाहिए, ये मेरा site है, you don't have to write it by your own. It is being just generated through that, right? So that's that's one help. Okay, now switching back to the other thing. So what are the other uses of AI for us, for the educators? Hmm? You can use it before your studio starts, right? You can use it during the teaching and you can use it after the class too. So if I have to talk about the before semester, you can use it for designing the curriculum and the syllabus. Now everybody is under the pressure of NAC and we have to follow the Bloom's taxonomy and COA requirements. So you give the prompt to the AI that this is my subject, this is for this discipline, this is the year, and this generate the brief or the studio intent for me using the Bloom's taxonomy. So it will directly give you all the answer. It will talk in terms of PO, it will talk in terms of CO also, right? So everything is there. So you can use that for mapping the outcomes, for mapping the exploration too. Let me know if you want the demonstration of this in a minute. I can do that, not a problem. And the basic thing is it gives you in a proper format. So if you say, give me in a table with a column, first column this, second, third, blah, 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 the entire documentation is ready in front of you, right? For designing the studio brief and for designing the assignment. Now, this is what I have just shown you for the lecture content preparation. Now, this is what we are more concerned about. So, you can use AI for your PPT generation, input generation, and you can have variations quickly depending on the type of learners of the students. We have different type of students in our studio and they have to handle differently. You can't keep on making a lot of things for everybody. I mean, you can, but again, it is the matter of saving the time and having more time with the students during the discussion. So you can ask the GPT that these are the variations I want. This is my ready PPT. Now I want variations with this. So with the same content, maybe of three different variation input is ready in front of you. Right? Yeah. And for teaching material creation for the infographics. Now, what we do is nowadays the generation is like who is more into the visual connection. So, if we give a boring PPT in front of that, they lose the attention. Anyhow, their attention span is not more than 15 minutes. और उस 15 मिनट्स में भी है कि वो टेक्स्ट वाली अगर पीपीटी आप लेके जाओगे तो आई डोंट नो हाउ मच दे आर कनेक्टेड टू यू and how many of them are connected to you. So we search for the infographics for have that engagement. So instead of searching, just give a prompt, text prompt to AI tool, and it will create the infographic with the different variations to you. I will demonstrate that to you, right? In some time. Okay. The next thing is now the previous work is done. During the teaching, when you are in the studios, now is the time when you need the things quick. So even if you prepare, you go with 100% preparation, but still on the spot, there might come some situations where the students are not able to understand what you are trying to communicate. So in that case, you might have to maybe search, go to the library, get the books, and think of some other alternatives. For that, this quick system or the solution is very useful in the AI thing for explaining the difficult concepts, right? So you can use AI to give you the analogies, give you a step-by-step breakdown. So we have the habit, we are architects, we always talk in philosophical word with the students also. So the वो grasping, वो communication, वो connection lose ना हो उसके लिए, you can give the prompt to the AI and get the step-by-step instruction in a basic language at that time, so that the students, the few type of students, right, they can also be there and they understand what you want to communicate. For generating the discussion and reflection prompts. So you can have debates. So for the debates, the questions can be general. Now आपका आपने देखा attendance कम है या बच्चे काम करके नहीं लाए हैं because of any XYZ reason. Now you have to change whatever you planned and came to the studio. In that case, you thought, okay, I will have a debate. So for the debate, what we think okay, that could be the question, but make it more interactive and engaging. You can ask the AI, I want some debate questions on this topic. Make it more interactive for all the students, and whatever tone you want, write that tone, and you will get the debate and questions in that way. So that can help you on the spot, right? Then the studio एक second. हाँ, then the studio critic support you can use to frame the deeper critic questions, right? Before coming to the studio and again on the spot during the studio, you can use the site responsive critic questions. So if we are teaching with the co-faculties, we are four in design, or we are three, or we are two in the theory subjects. One is missing book because of some emergency. Still, you have to handle 40 students together. You don't get the time on the spot to have the discussion with everybody. So you can generate the question, at least give it to the students and start the peer review over there with the questions that should be there, not with whatever they are thinking of. So your question, your mind, quick generation of that in a simple way or the vocab you want, and it is ready over there. And definitely for the visual support during teaching. Now, this is what nowadays helping in my teaching studios, especially. I teach construction based studios mostly. So there how much I try to draw on board, explain through any examples. Somehow, some students are not able to quickly grasp it because they are not able to visualize it, how the structural system is happening, how the connection and joinery is happening. So that is there, and that challenge I took, and I use AI to generate that visual things quickly with the prompt, with the use of GPT and the image generation tool. And it helped me because on the spot I got a good visualization the way I wanted, and it made the student understand, okay, this is the thing, and then that thing is getting converted and could be converted to a physical model, and then they start thinking in the third dimension too. So that helped me well, right? And yeah, the one thing that you were talking about is having the engagement of the students. So for that, some engaging or interactive or quick fun exercise we always tend to introduce in the semester some way in some day. So that activities can be asked from the AI that this is the type of students I have, I'm facing this difficulty, and can you generate the quiz which having this tone. So that quick quiz with that interactive format is in front of you. I'll give you one example that I used for my advanced building subject. So it is not that again I'm cheating. No, I yeah. So what I did is I wrote to GPT that for fourth year this subject, I want a quiz as an assimilation of the semester. And that quiz, I want these number of rounds, some interactive, some physical, some round where the student can sketch the details, some rounds where the students can play role the consultant and give the answers, and something like that. So this is the thing which I got from GPT. I mean, मुझे सब कुछ एक एक चीज लिखनी नहीं पड़ी. Otherwise, the entire day would have gone for the number of questions for different rounds of. So it gave me different round. It gave me an interesting name for the round. So the students are getting involved in that. So the round first where I asked it to make some stakeholder scenario kind of situation, so it gave the name stake your claim. And if I read a question, as a plumbing consultant list the main services for a rooftop swimming pool. So it's the very same question of your syllabus. You are not doing any fun only. It's a fun learning thing. So the learning is there, but the question framed in a very different tone. The second round was about riddle. That interested me the most because I just gave the prompt key. Okay, I want some questions. Uh, these are the questions that I want. Now frame it with a riddle format. So this is the riddle format I got, and the name it gave me as a buzz off riddle round. So if I read it out, I pull air in, push fumes out. Without me, cars would choke about. I live in basements, fans I hold. What am I? Simple thing, but the answer we know is a jet fan ventilation. But if you ask in a very similar way, very boring way, they might answer, they might not answer. But if I ask them, so it worked. This quiz really worked. I got full attendance every time I had this quiz. They were before me, calling me that, ma'am, we are here and we are excited. Okay, let's have this competition. So this is the thing you get from the GPT. Okay, this is pre and during. Now, the main part where we want to save our time the most. We have done everything. Now it's about the documentation for naked everything, right? So there you can use the AI for getting the summary written in a very given format that we want for COA submission and all. So the AI can give you the summary. You know what you have taken, just tell the GPT and you will get the summary in a very good format, right? Then for the research and publication support. So it can help you to structure the paper and improve your abstracts. यहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा concern होता है कि research is something that you have to do, not the machine. And people are just getting it copied. I'm saying people because sometimes someone is questioning the faculties too, that the research paper is from GPT, what have you done? So I think for that the best part is you write your abstract and you ask GPT to refine it with the vocab you want. So you can set the tone, you can set the vocab and ask, okay, now refine it, check the grammar and check the citation, add the citation to it, right? Add the references to it. So that's a perfectly ethical use of AI for us, right? For report writing, yes, again, for the reports, you can ask the GPT, this is what I did, this is the quiz I conducted for this time. Give give a detailed note on in this format. So it will give you that. For writing some emails. So again, now people are saying you are using GPT only for the leave application emails. What is this nonsense? So I think it's okay, even if you write or you ask the GPT to write this, no difference. It's okay. We are using our swords. It's fine. It's the pen or the texting or the keyboard difference, right? So you can give the prompt here, how you can use it. You can give the prompt to the GPT that I say for a site visit. I want this particular site to be done at this place for this year. These are the students. This is the probable time and date I'm thinking of. This is the intention. So it's a quick information. It's information from your side. You give it to the GPT, write it there, and it gives you the properly drafted Gmail. So the email language and the subject you are getting is from your input only. So it's perfectly fine. You are saving, I guess, 10 minutes of you in that. Now, now I want you all to try a prompt, just a quick thing, right? Any topic of your subject, if you can get the brief, if you can try writing the brief, I'm giving you, is the GPT era, so I'm giving you 2 minutes. Try that, and maybe after that, we can just discuss that are you satisfied with the result? Yes, no. Like for sustainability subject. The topic could be the passive solar design, and you can ask the GPT and try a prompt to get or to generate the brief. Okay.
Yeah.
If you
So
have
please
question,
let us know in the chat box if you are, done with the prompt, and then maybe uh, whoever is interested, one of you can even discuss it with Professor Anurakti.
till then I'm just reading the chats. So creative is great for quiz making. Yeah, it is. The demo. Yeah, you want the demo for that. Okay, I'll give you. If you have questions during this, this is the which AI is used. Rachna, can you be specific for which thing you want the AI tool? Problem with references while using the GPT. How is AI used for the admin work? Okay. I think I will give you the demo for that too.
Uh, Professor Anurakti, I think Professor Rachna was asking about the quiz that you had showed, which,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, the AI for the quiz. Okay. So I have prepared a good brief list for you guys. That's the use the AI tool, free and paid. So everything is there. I will provide it to you. Ramya, how you want it? That's the. Can you please demonstrate or show us the visual support drawing teaching? Sure, I will. ChatGPT gives imaginary answers and love sometime. How to ensure it is free of errors? Okay, I'll tell you. I'll do the demo for that too. Till then, Ramya, how you want me to share that link? It is, I prepared it in the Excel sheet. So
Okay.
maybe I can share the link directly. It is open for everybody who can have the
Yeah,
link
I think you can share it here, or we can also send an
and the
email
chat
to
box.
the participants. Yeah.
Yeah, till then, anybody who is done with the prompt just can reply that you are satisfied or not satisfied. What are you getting? Or you are surprised that wow, ये क्या आ गया? ये तो मैंने सोचा नहीं था. Or just what is this nonsense it is giving? Any reaction from your side?
Does anybody want to unmute and maybe share your thoughts?
Or if you're not comfortable, you can use the chat. But I would be happy if you unmute. Till then, I'm pasting the link. Yeah, so I pasted a link in your chat box with all the information of what all tools you can use for which purpose, right? And in that, there is two more sheets which talks about at which stage you can use which AI for better result or a quick result, not a better. Nobody is better than us. So machine is not better than us. So yeah, it's a quick thing. Anybody?
Can I? I'm Rachna Bhargav, and
Yeah.
I am on fourth year faculty, and I take design and ABCS too. So I was excited to hear that you are taking fourth year. So
Okay.
I used ChatGPT to derive at a design brief for the design problem,
Mm-hmm.
architectural design problem, and I had to
Okay.
do it repeatedly twice, thrice. But it did save a lot of time because then I could compose my own very quickly. I had all the letters wherever there were errors in um, areas. some things were extra, some were missing, that I just had to cross. The work was, instead of doing from zero, I had something in hand and I had to just edit, copy paste, or re-revise. Once I asked ChatGPT to do it, and then later on I had to do it on myself. So that was my experience. But I have never used it for ABCS, and I'm really excited to use it for ABCS now. So I will be contacting you and getting things from you.
Sure, sure. For ABCS, what I'm doing is I gave them a design project itself and then ask them to quickly do the concept and design of the project and come to the practical part of it, that how it is going to get constructed, what are the details, structure drawings, service drawings, construction details, everything. So they are engaged into that. I mean, they don't feel like, okay, it's a construction subject only.
Okay.
That helped me. And
Okay.
brief, I get it created with the GPT because the focus is more on the structure. So brief तो मैं यहाँ से quick generate करवा ही सकते हैं.
हाँ, सही बात.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Anybody else, or should I give a? If we upload the syllabus file, then we are really getting fantastic notes with the practical applications too. Exactly. How much you feed is the data the machine is using. So if you are giving your syllabus and you are just asking some variation, some different tone, some different vocab, it can give you some really good result, surprising result. Okay. So I'm assuming you all have tried that, right? So the one who are not getting satisfactory answer and you think that I am better person to write the brief than the GPT, it is not giving me right thing. It is maybe because the prompt used by you is not in a good way. So it's the prompt engineering that we need to understand, right? So we have weak, good, and expert level prompt. The weak prompt means you have given a very vague information that I need a brief for my this particular topic. That's it. So if you give this information, वो बहुत ही generic answer देगा. You will not be happy with the answer. What you need to understand is you need to give the entire information to the GPT. You have to specify the context. You have to specify the format. You have to write uh, the output that you are expecting so that it can frame the things accordingly, right? And for the expert level where you want something for your own personal things and you want it really pro, you have to give the relevant background information also. Write some examples. These are the examples. Now in GPT you have the attachment option too. So you can attach the references in form of JPEG, PDF, whatever. And you clearly state the expected outcome, like I want it in a list way, I want it in a summarized way, I don't want it in a bullet answer that you usually give. Write it. Give give me the answer in a summarized way. So वो आपको paragraph way में देगा. Otherwise, it will end up giving you answers in bullets. That's really not. I mean, I don't like that particular format to that. So I will give you one example over here. If you give a lecture on sustainable architecture or give a brief for any lecture on this particular topic, it will not come to your expectation. What you have to write is, consider yourself the best professor in architecture. So here you are giving it a specified role, right? Write a brief for a third year architecture students on sustainable building design in tropical climates. So the goal is again defined कि मुझे tropical climate के ही लिए ही चाहिए, third year के लिए चाहिए, architecture students के लिए चाहिए, right? Then make the lecture of 20 minutes and include the objectives, key principles, 3 case studies, and few interactive questions. Now you have set the restrictions. कि इस वे में ही मुझे आंसर चाहिए. So restrictions and suggestions is being set. Now give me the answer here in the text as a format to make a PPT with slides and content in each slide. Means the format is clear. You don't want it in a summarized or paragraph पे. आपको चाहिए जो आप clearly PPT में use कर सको. So say text format में दो जो मैं PPT में use कर पाएंगे. And of course, at the end, you can ask the AI itself that suggest me few AI websites that I can use free to make this particular presentation. So इधर उधर ढूंढना ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं. Everything is there. Ask it, it will give you the answer. So that one thing you have to follow. And this role, context, example, what style you want and in which format you want. This is the thing which will give you the exact satisfied answer that you are looking for. Otherwise, it will be really vague. So this is the actually cheat code of the prompt engineer, right? Even you can say use a technical vocab for technical subject. You can say use a design or philosophical vocab, whatever vocab you want. Say it, write it. Then it will answer in that similar fashion. Okay. Now you wanted some demo. Okay. Imaginary answers are controlled by defining the boundaries in the prompts mentioned explicitly in auto return imaginary answer as the AI model is trained such that it has to return anything even if it is imaginary. Providing proper context and output format ensures less imaginary answers. I agree. Huh. So coming to my GPT thing, I can okay. Case study exemplifying the principles of this. So if I try this case study finder, right? And if I try, okay, 3 case study exemplifying the principles of passive design in Hotline. Where is the Zoom thing is coming in between my GPT. Yes, ha. So just to explain my interface quickly. So here you have the option, you can see the options, explore GPTs. No. So this is the thing you have to give some time instead of scrolling the other content people are creating. Give some time to explore these GPTs. So you will see we have different GPT option given by the GPT itself for all different things to do in life. If you want to generate an AI video, these are the GPTs you can use. These are the tools you can use. If you want to use for writing, you have all these examples. Okay, you can use directly, you can go directly to that particular interface and you can start your chat. So the answers will be in form of human AI, not as a AI machine language. So that is one thing that's for your own productivity. For making presentation, this is there. For again, for presentation, one more option is there. For the research, you have all these options, market research, scholar AI, everything is there in there. You can check whatever you want. So that's the left side thing. Yeah. And I have all these things going on in here. I will show you. This is what we were. No. Yeah. So now, if I ask, ये हमने जनरेट किया था ब्रीफ. इसी का if I ask create the academic documentation of same, and do not worry about the grammar and everything with the chat. कैसे भी लिखो उसको समझेगा. It's the tool to save your time. Save your time. Create the documentation of the same in terms of Bloom taxonomy and POs, right? Write in table format. Okay. For neck, we need in table format. That's why I'm just writing it. Column 1 with objectives, maybe. Column 2 with COs. Column 3 with POs. Let's see how it gives us. So by the end of this particular studio, students will be able to do all this thing as per the taxonomy. You don't have to give the reference कि CO क्या है, PO क्या है, क्योंकि वो उसको पता है, वो अपने आप से ले लेता है. That's the table you get at the end. So you have the documentation ready in front of you. Understand the role of community libraries as social and learning spaces with dense urban environments, which will map the CO1 and it will map PO5 and PO7. In what way? That is also been written. You just copy the table, paste it in your Excel sheet, and it is ready for your documentation. But yes, always proofread everything. You have every information over here. It is asking, do you want the rubric for studio evaluation? So if you want evaluation table also ready with you in the studio, वो भी आपको table format में easily मिल जाएगा. That's one thing. What else you were asking me through the GPT? How do you select the AI tools as there are so many in the market and most of them ask to subscribe and charge? Yeah, it is through experience, or is there any god that can really spell its credibility? It's through the experience. There are, I mean, if I talk about me, I have a different way to use the interface. I'm comfortable with some different kind of interface. You might be comfortable with some other kind of interface. So it's your own experience, how much you are comfortable. If you are okay with the simplicity, basic interface, वैसा AI tool आप use करो. Even it is on the purchase mode, but you have to decide by yourself. If you are using it for the maximum time, you can go for the subscription because none of them is fake or any kind of thing. So you can definitely go for that. It's up to use, up to your usage. That's the thing. Best is yes, free. I mean, we have 100 options, free tools for one type of thing. So better to search for the free first. And if you are okay with that interface, उसी का आप purchase करो. Don't go and search for any other. एक ही पे रहोगे, you will be happy with that. Anything else? What demo you wanted? Kavi Keshav and Akriti. Keshav and Akriti, I'm sorry, I lost during my thing. किस चीज का डेमो चाहिए था आपको? Or I'll just go to the
So
PPT.
you had mentioned in between, right? The example you had shown right after the quiz. So I think they wanted a demo of that.
The quiz.
Yeah, post the
Okay.
quiz. Yeah.
The quiz, interactive quiz. Okay. Okay. So you just have to write Uh, create a fun, interactive quiz for any subject. Um, 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 Third year, what services we have? Okay. For third year, service subject architecture. Okay. For the students in techie, cool, casual tone. This is important. अगर आप लिख दोगे कि मुझे किस वे में चाहिए तो वो उस वे में ही आंसर देगा. So one thing I follow is the techie tone. So I always ask in that, do that. So that is one thing. I want the quiz in the format of interesting 3 rounds, right? बिकॉज अभी हमारे पास टाइम कम है तो मैं इससे ही पूछ रहे हैं. अदरवाइज आप खुद का लिख सकते हो. सजेस्ट द राउंड्स एंड द वे वी आई कैन नॉट आई कैन आस्क क्वेश्चंस. दैट्स द प्रॉम्प्ट. मैंने अभी उसको ही सजेस्ट किया है ना. Right? So that's the tech bar business services quiz. Because buildings don't breathe, think of Lush unless we design it right. Okay. So it is suggesting first round to be service detective. The theme is there, identify the system from the clues, skill level है, फास्ट है, बजर राउंड है, कैसे कंडक्ट करना है उसने आपको एक आइडियाज दिए हैं. कुछ सैंपल क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं. पहला क्लू, आई रिड्यूस हीट गेन विदाउट यूजिंग इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. राइट. सो दैट्स द शेडिंग डिवाइस आंसर. सो उसने क्लूज भी दिए कि ऐसे ऐसे आप यूज कर सकते हो. राउंड 2, डिजाइन फिक्चर्स, व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग, हाउ यू कैन कंडक्ट, वो सजेशन है. राइट. उसके क्वेश्चंस हैं. अ मॉल फूड स्मेल्स लाइक अ केमिस्ट्री लैब बाय 2 p.m. द एक्सपेक्टेड आंसर्स आर this. So that's a very good way, right? The third round is service battle, rapid and fire building brain. Suggestion, how you can take, and few questions. So it's good. Everything is being suggested by the GPT because I asked this thing कि मुझे इस टोन में चाहिए, मुझे इसके लिए चाहिए, and you suggest me मुझे 3 ही राउंड चाहिए, right? The more you give, the more you get. So that's how the quiz happens, right? Anything else you want me to give the demo on this? That wow, that can. Okay, one thing, just a breather. Something I want to share. You know me well. Suggest where I can write papers as my skill in international conferences. Suggest. तो I asked it क्योंकि उस अभी मैं इतना यूज कर चुके हैं कि मेरा पूरा ऊपर से नीचे आगे पीछे सारा बायोडाटा उसको पता है. सो आई आस्क्ड इट कि बॉस मेरे को पेपर लिखना है मेरी स्किल के अकॉर्डिंगली, यू सजेस्ट मी द कॉन्फरेंसेस, राइट? सो हेयर आर द कॉन्फरेंसेस बीइंग सजेस्टेड बाय इट. सो यू गेट सच काइंड ऑफ आंसर्स फॉर योर ओन सेल्फ अगर आपको रिसर्च पेपर लिखना है तो. On this Arc Design, Architects, E-Conference, CPUD. It has given me the resources too. I just have to click and get into that particular resource, right? That's one thing how you can use GPT for yourself too. Yeah, okay. In between, I'll just complete what I have to say and then we can come back to the demo again.
Anu, we can, Professor Anu, what we can do is once you finish the presentation, we can take the rest of the questions one by one.
Yeah.
That's also
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Chalega.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Coming to this. So if I ask you to make some interactive assignment creation with AI, means if you've been asked to design one classroom task where the students have to use the AI to explore that topic. Can you do that? Now you might be wondering, we always say about ethics and we say students please stop using GPT, stop copying, blah blah blah. Then why you want a assignment that specifically asks the student to use AI? Yeah. So the reason why I want you to think on it is the students can use the AI not just to copy paste, but to explore the design alternatives. So once the concept is being generated through the sketch by the student or in SketchUp or any other software, that can be given to the GPT by the student. You can ask, I mean, you can assign the uh, uh, exploration in a way so that the student can use the same thing to have the different variation quickly. It helps them to communicate with you too. Sometimes few students are not good in sketching. They are not. Some are not good in digital tools. It's okay. Here they can generate something and come to you and can at least talk it out, discuss with you, and get direction from you. So that's the way student can use the AI best way. They can use it for the generation of visual or text as an inspiration. So you can ask them to generate this thing from the GPT for your inspiration. Keep it in front of you. You can have the discussion and dialogue over it. They can use it for developing the critique ideas for themselves to reflect on particular learning. They can question it, right, using the GPT. So if you ask them and make and understand that they are using GPT and ask them to, okay, use it properly instead of saying or judging that you are getting the outcome from the output from the GPT. Stop warning against it. Ask them to argue it. One example is, the best example is, if you ask the students that give me 5 important principles of sustainable urban design, they will quickly do the GPT thing. Within a second, they do that. Okay, let them do it. Ask them to take the printout of that. Let them come to you and you say that now write your reflection. Which one do you agree and which would like to change or challenge? So that's how the dialogue is happening on that outcome. So they are not giving it to you as a summation. Okay, these are the urban design principles. No, they are having a proper communication dialogues with that. So that's the way you can actually give an assignment so that they will be more comfortable that okay, I'm using this AI. So now they will be uh, more into that. Okay, I can use the AI in a different way too. That's why I asked you to assign some exploration where they're using the AI. Some example like for open jury simulation, you can ask the student to simulate a design review where GPT acts as a juror itself, asking the critical questions, right? And if they get the answer, you can have the discussion that students you have to reply in the real time. So they can have the dialogue over that. So these are some few examples using the AI in their exploration. Right? Now, next important thing, more after the text, next thing is the visual AI tools. Visual AI tools, I think I have already told you why and how you can use in your teaching. You can use from text to graphics, text to image, and text to video, right? From text to graphic, these are the tools you can use. Basically, we can use the graphical tools for poster making and for our presentation or infographics, right? For text to image, again, to explain some particular complex topics to them, right? From text to video, okay, I'll tell you how interestingly it can be converted. I'll show you what I created quickly. Yeah. So these are the tools that are reliable for generating your PPT or infographics. So you can take a screenshot of this if you want. Otherwise, it is there in the slide or in the link I've shared. If I go to anyone, right? Okay, let's go to the napkin AI. This is basically for the uh, I think you know the interface of this. You have to sign into the Google and you have to start using it. So, okay. So here is your napkin AI. मैंने create करके रखा है quickly करने के लिए. So if I have to, if somebody is taking the portfolio of internship, I have given the information कि मुझे इस internship के लिए एक PPT present करने के लिए क्या चाहिए है. So I have given all this information. What is the internship, blah blah, pre-internship phase, onboard start, all the phases and all the stages. Now I wanted कि मेरा quickly एक infographic generate हो जाए. You have to just click on the left side of that, and here is the infographic. So within a second, it is there. You can change the way you want. You want it simple, sober, black and white. You want it in this phase, in this manner. Yeah, you are getting everything from there. You have all the options. So if I click this, you will get it. So internship journey, I just wrote the text and you have the graphic over there. If I try the last one, say, okay, I think it's buffering. Post internship, follow up with contact, update resume, reflect on learning, explore full-time opportunities, and maintain the professional relationship, right? So again, for this, you can choose this infographic if you want. So it is ready with you. You can directly copy it as a JPEG image and use it in your PPT. Simple. Right? So आपको जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन देनी है आप दो and उसका visual create करवाओ. That's one thing. And for PPT, okay. So I'm just showing one of the PPT I created. It's simple. कैसे करना है वो आप एक बार आप टूल ओपन करोगे आपको समझ में आ ही जाएगा. उसका इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा. सो ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड जैसे आपका पीपीटी फॉर्मेट होता है वह वैसे ही है. आप इसमें सीधे टेक्स्ट फीड कर सकते हो कि दीज आर द थिंग्स आई वांट इन माय पीपीटी फॉर दिस सब्जेक्ट, दीज आर द इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट? एंड it can directly convert into a visual graphic PPT into that. If I present it, you can directly present it to the student, right? You can check the interface. So everything is ready. This is one. And if I show you a last one, any one example, presentations AI. Okay. So you can, this is what I rely the most, presentations.ai. Much comfortable with this because I give my presentation in the same manner. So you have three options in this. Either you paste the outline, आप पूरा structure वहाँ पे आपके presentation का paste करो. एक file जो आपने कहीं PPT बनाई है पहले, if you want to improve it, just import that file, very same, or write a prompt to describe कि मुझे ये PPT चाहिए. किसी भी way में आप लिखोगे, it will give you the outcome. So this is one I created for my subject. That's for professional practice. I was just checking how this interface is working. Okay. So that's the thing. I just give the information कि मुझे ये topic पे चाहिए है, professional tone पे चाहिए है. So you can, if you see the mode of presentation, this is how it starts. You have this, the font, color, size, infographic, all set by it. I mean, it got created in few seconds. So some interesting interfaces, right? So that's the one. All the information, where all the organizations set up, what this change, right? And we have this quick blah blah information with that. This I have to change. ये उसने अभी एक create किया है. You can download it in the PPT format and you can make the changes, right? आप edit कर सकते हो text. So these are few examples for the PPT. I will take the questions later on. This was for the breather, but I guess we can skip it because we have half an hour left. This was the question कि इसमें से कौन सा AI है और कौन सा actual है. So actually all of them are AI generated. None is actual photo. Okay. Now about the visual tools I was talking about. So you can use it for different ways, like for explaining the concept, which is a little difficult, right? For example, I've set some examples. You can visual the examples of courtyard, atrium, and veranda in particular context. I will show you the demo of that, right? You can use it for teaching the climate responsive design, deep overhangs in hot climates, compact forms in cold climate, courtyard houses in ventilation. All examples is there. For technical subjects, material and texture understanding, not actually technical. Design also needs that. Exposed brick facades, concrete with wooden formwork texture, stone cladding versus plaster finish, heavy glass heavy versus solid facades. For interior spatial qualities, daylight, reading room, double height lobbies, how it actually look. If you have the double height lobby for particular typology of building, you can give the prompt to the image generation AI tool and it can give you quickly a visualized image that you can show to the students as a reference for sure, right? These are few prompts you can use. So for open versus semi-open versus the closed space, you can ask the Gemini what I'm currently using. We have a lot of options. Mid-Journey hai, Dolly hai. Although Mid-Journey, Dolly expensive hai. Playground AI, this is what I used most of the time, Playground AI. So वहाँ पे भी आप image generation में if you write the prompt architectural diagram showing 3 spaces create image of this open courtyard, semi-open veranda, and enclosed room with a simple, clean illustration style. You can add more information, that add human to that, add vegetation into that. So आप वो पूरा एक image create करवा सकते हो उस चीज से, right? These are the tools you can use for the AI image generation. Quick things. As you can see, इसमें mid journey और डॉली नहीं है, बिकॉज आई सेड कि वो थोड़े एक्सपेंसिव है. क्विक में अपन लोगों के लिए ये सारे सॉफ्टवेयर आर रियली हेल्पफुल, सो यू कैन यूज एनी ऑफ दीज. Like the prompt engineering we did for GPT, the same you have to apply to for the image generation thing also. You have to specify which object you want to get generated in what style. You want the daylight, you want the night light, you want any particular genre to be followed, which mood or emotion you want, right? From which angle you want. You want 3D, you want perspective, you want 2D, whatever. Which color palette you are expecting it. You want neon, you want sober, you want monochrome, or what background you want. You want human, you want the contextual, whatever you want. The more information you get, the better result you will get at the end. So if I have to create this kind of image, this is the first image, glass effect with the lily, the prompt has to be there. एक prompt में आपको पढ़ के बता देते हैं. For this, the prompt that I gave is a 3D rendered delicate glass flower with translucent curved petals in soft pastel shades of pink, peach, and hints of blue reflection. If you see this blue reflection, आएगा नहीं जब तक मैं लिखेंगे नहीं. The petals are thin and airy, resembling the blown glass with smooth and glossy surfaces. The flower has an elegant organic stem and a minimalistic background in warm, nude, and blush tone. The color palette is set by me. The soft lighting highlights the iridescence and the transparency, giving the artwork a dreamy, ethereal quality, high detail, and photorealistic rendering, modern and artistic composition. This line is really important. अगर आपने प्रॉम्प्ट कितना भी अच्छा दे दिया, अगर आपने एंड में नहीं लिखा कि मुझे आई वांट द रियलिस्टिक 8K फोटो रियलिस्टिक रिजल्ट, तब तक वो इतने अच्छे बन के नहीं आएगा. सो राइट दैट थिंग. That's one example. We have all the things, anything can be generated. It's the prompt. One more cheat code. If you are confused with all that information for a particular tool, what you do, you go to GPT, ask it, I want to generate image using this particular tool. Give me a detailed prompt that should be given to it for this image generation. तो ये जो पूरा लिखा है आपको आपको लिखने की या सोचने की भी जरूरत नहीं है शायद. GPT खुद आंसर दे देगा. ओके, दिस इज द बेस्ट वे टू गिव द प्रॉम्प्ट टू दैट पर्टिकुलर टूल, तो वो आपको बेस्ट रिजल्ट देगा. Time saved, right? These are the free AI image generators for this updated year, right? This is not only for teaching but for your personal professional use also. You can take the screenshot for this. Okay. So आपको इसका अगर मैं डेमो दें, if I write a south facing single story residential house in a hot dry climate, I'll just copy paste it. Now दिस इज फॉर ईदर डॉली, मिडजर्नी और बिंज इमेज. 3 प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए. अगर आपको किसी और प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए करना है, यू बेटर गो टू जीपीटी, से इट आई वांट इट फॉर दैट, refine this prompt for, say, if I using Gemini right now. ठीक है, उसने 2 रिस्पॉन्स दिए हैं. The entire prompt is being generated by it. Again, I'm repeating, please proofread everything. यहाँ पे मैं जो है अभी वही कर रहे हैं. It can give you answer in 3 attempts. It's okay. Do all the experiments now. If I write, create an image of, let's see. Till then I can show you what I generated. और मुझे एक प्रेजेंटेशन देना था एस्पायर रिसर्च ग्रांट के लिए. तो उसके लिए मुझे सिर्फ एक्सप्लेन करना था कि मेरा आउटकम जो होगा वो रूरल कॉन्टेक्स्ट में रूरल टॉयलेट के लिए यूज होगा, यूजिंग द स्टैम्प कंक्रीट एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. तो मटेरियल स्पेसिफाई किया, कहाँ मुझे किस हाइट पे जाली चाहिए वो स्पेसिफाई किया. आई आस्क्ड कि आई वांट द इंडियन विलेजर्स एज अ ह्यूमन ओवर देयर एंड ऑल दैट कॉन्टेक्स्ट. So it created me such kind of thing. So it was easy for me to communicate with the jury panel at that time, at the same time. So it was quick. Let's see क्या आया है इधर. Okay, this is what it gave as an outcome. Overhang, shaded glazing, reflective surface दिखाया है, thermal mass inside दिखाया है, small west में small opening चाहिए तो उस accordingly दिखाया है. So as per the direction, it has given some image to it, some explanation or some reference to explain your thing to the student, right? That's one way. If you don't like it, आप उसको बता दो change this, change that, वो उतने change करके quick कर देगा, right? We created a climate responsive architectural rendering of south facing single story residence in a hot dry climate. Passive design strategies are clearly expressed, जो भी उसने दिखाई है, everything. So this was the prompt and this was the result. Okay, switching to the video generation. Right now, as I said, video generation के लिए, I have started using this and it is working really well. Really well in terms of bringing the curiosity before coming to the studio. So I have a habit of pre-sharing the references in terms of text, in terms of articles, in terms of TED Talks or some YouTube videos. कि नेक्स्ट स्टूडियो में बॉस ये होने वाला है, थोड़ा माइंड प्रिपेयर करके आओ कि ये चीज आप करोगे और ये चीज आप समझोगे. सो उसके लिए नाउ आई एम यूजिंग इन वीडियो आउट ऑफ ऑल दीज टूल्स विच इज सोरा, कैनवा, मोशन एआई, पिक्टरी, इन वीडियो. टेक्स्ट से you generate the video and you can pre-share it with the students. So I pre-share it a night before. Keep was tomorrow is this what going to get discussed. This is what I used. During the class also you can use, if you are getting difficulty to explain some complex structural system, I'll show you that demo too. तो आप वो भी quickly in video में जाके आप video create करवा सकते हो, वो explain कर सकते हो. Post the input immediately because again, the student tendency to forget the things. A lot of subjects they have to handle in a semester. So pre-share, post-share दोनों आप साथ में कर सकते हो along with the input. So the thing is be with the students, right? Okay, I will show quickly. Open किया ही हुआ है. Yeah, so this is the in-video interface. Right? आप अपना login करो. Give me a topic, your point of view and instructions in any language. You just write, I want to create, I want a video on this particular topic. I want this and that. I want to explain it to the students. और ये चाहिए मुझे तो आएगा. इसको the only thing is ये seconds में create नहीं होता है. It takes some minutes to get generated. That's why I'm just showing you what I have already created. This is one I teach project management and professional practice also. So what I wanted is I wanted them to understand कि क्या है साइट मैनेजमेंट, उसके बारे में थोड़ी सी क्यूरियोसिटी मुझे क्रिएट करवानी थी बच्चों में. So I gave this prompt video on site management and professional practice. Intro में ये होगा. Senior person will talk about the site management and professional practice. उसके बाद में section 2 में ये होगा, ये होगा, ये होगा. Again, you ask GPT, I want to create a video using in-video AI. Give me the detailed prompt. If you want a detailed one or you want a quick one, तो quick भी आप मांग सकते हो. Give me a detailed one with the screen, with the script. It will give you this. So वहां से copy किया, यहाँ किया, and this is.
Let's talk about site management in professional practice. Site management is crucial for the success of any construction project. It involves planning, coordinating, and controlling resources to ensure projects are completed on time, within budget, and to the required quality standards. Some key aspects of site management include resource allocation and management, risk management and mitigation, quality control and assurance, safety protocols and regulations, and communication and teamwork. To ensure effective site management, it's essential to plan and schedule work carefully, monitor progress and adjust plans as needed, develop a culture of safety and quality, and communicate clearly with team members and stakeholders. Let's learn more about this tomorrow. See you.
So this is what I shared as a quick thing. Nothing detailed, nothing much. कुछ नहीं, बस मुझे curiosity generate करनी थी. One more thing, if the detailed one, एक और this one last. So this was about the technical subject. It was about understanding the digrade structural system. Again, to develop the curiosity कि next class में क्या हम पढ़ने वाले हैं, उसका थोड़ा सा gist देना था. This I got from GPT asking कि मुझे foundation and core construction भी चाहिए उस वीडियो में. I want the lower digrade level erection detail too. I want the installation of ring beam, blah blah blah. So that was the prompt given, and this is the result I got in terms.
If you're an architecture student dreaming of designing iconic towers, you need to know about diagrid structures. They're the secret behind those eye-catching column-free buildings. Ready to break it down? Imagine replacing boring vertical columns with a network of diagonal beams, like the crisscrossing lines on a spider's web. That's the diagrid, a structural system where strength and style meet. Step 1. It starts with a strong core and deep foundation, just like any skyscraper. Next, the diagonal members go up floor by floor, forming triangles that span several stories at a time. Every few floors, ring beams are added. Think of them as sturdy belts, holding everything together and helping the building resist twisting and swaying. Each diagonal connects at special joints on every ring beam, locking the structure in place. Floor slabs slide in between, supported by secondary beams, creating wide open spaces, no columns needed. This pattern repeats all the way up, building a strong exoskeleton. Once topped out, the diagrid frame gets its glass and skin, and the result? Sleek, efficient, and uniquely beautiful buildings, like the Gherkin in London. Diagrid structural art that shapes the skyline.
Yeah, good enough again to bring the curiosity, and it has used all the technical vocab because I gave the prompt like that. Use the technical vocab, use all these things over there. Quick generation within some minutes. I shared it with the students, and students were like, okay, we are gonna learn about dry grit. And see how it helped is they are familiar with the word already a night before. So when you have interaction, we have questions with the students, they are much quick to answer. At least they can recall, okay, that was the thing. So it helped in that way, right? And finally, the ethics, right? I'm skipping that. I'm just telling about you the ethical use of AI, the most important part. So what are we concerned of? आपने लिखा भी है. We are concerned about the plagiarism. We are concerned about the misinformation because we have a lot of information now available, which to use, which not to use. We are concerned about the death of critical thinking too, right? And maybe the equality. Equality in terms of the students who are really equipped and good with digital hands, they might get more advantage over the one who are still getting habitual to that. It might happen. But if I tell you how to use the thing ethically, I'll give you this example. If you use AI for the design studio submission, the misuse is if a student submits that particular AI generated concept visuals from the Midjourney as a final design work without any modification or acknowledgement, presenting them as entirely self-created. That's the misuse, biggest misuse, because that's a plagiarism. उसी का रिस्पॉन्सिबल यूज आप उसको समझा सकते हो कि स्टूडेंट यूजेस मिड जर्नी टू एक्सप्लोर द विजुअल इंस्पिरेशंस बेस्ड ऑन देयर डिजाइन इंटेंट वट एवर बीन शेयर्ड बाय यू select the relevant outputs and develop them further to through the personal sketches and design refinement while clearly citing the use of AI in the process. The student has to accept that yes, I have used AI and now I'm using it as a reference base. Put the tracing over it, do all the variation through the hand sketch or the SketchUp or whatever. So that's the ethical or responsible use of that particular example. If you are talking about the research, so if a student is researching on a particular topic, misuse is when a student copy it and submit a full-length essay generated by the GPT itself without reading it, without reviewing it, and without editing it, leading to issues of plagiarism definitely, and there is nothing original in that. How you can make it responsible in use? A student uses GPT to generate an outline or summary for a theory topic, verify the information through the credible resources, and write a reflective essay in his or her own words, incorporating the citation and personal insights. Again, do the citation. Yes, I have used AI as a reference. अब उसके ऊपर उस रिसर्च के टॉपिक के ऊपर डू मोर रिसर्च रिलेटेड टू दैट रेडी रेफरेंस विद यू and write the essay in your own word. You can ask the student to do that. अब सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन आता है where you have to draw the line, right? Acceptable AI uses are or could be, one is idea generation, nothing wrong in that, right? They are quick, easy to communicate with us. Draft the structure. Drafting anything and using as a reference, perfectly accepted. Visual explanation, perfectly accepted. Where you have to think of not using or not accepting is if they are submitting the AI generated thing as their final submission and saying it is done by me, right? Replacing the thinking design. There is no thinking design. There is no empathy involved in that particular concept. Not accepted. Copy paste. तो बिल्कुल accepted नहीं है. So that's the thing. And where your role comes in, you have to set the clear guidelines where you have to use, what you have to use, teach them the use of citation, that citation of AI use in my whatever outcome I'm producing. Encourage the process over outcome. Do not just reject the output saying ki this is being generated by AI or being whatever augmented platform. So do not scrap it. बेटर उसने क्या प्रोसेस यूज करी है उसको समझो, नहीं समझ उसने नहीं की है, देन आस्क दैट स्टूडेंट टू यूज इट एज ए रेफरेंस, नाउ रीवर्क दिस यूजिंग दिस, सो दैट उसको भी एक कंफर्मेशन होगा, उसको भी समझेगा मैं कहाँ गलत करें, एंड कहाँ आप समझ पाओगे कि उन्होंने जीआई यूज किया है कि नहीं, इज you have to have a lot of discussions on the outcome. Keep the discussion in front of you and do the critics. Ask the person, what do you think about it? What have you done? Understand उसने copy paste किया है या उसने सिर्फ उसको as a assistant use किया है to maybe frame the structure, to frame the language, whatever. More you discuss, it is much ethical converted use of AI by the students. That is what I can suggest. This is one thing for us. Do's are do a lot of experiment, keep yourself updated. That doesn't mean that you have to expert in AI, no. But you have to be familiar what is happening, what tools, so that you can judge that it is being generated by AI or not by the student, right? And you can critique on that. Guide the students instead of judging, and always, saying no, no, no to everything. Better guide them. This is the best way to use AI. Use it ethically. You have to be curious all the time, then only you can be updated. That is what my suggestion is. One thing it is applicable for us too, other than the students, do not blindly ban it, do not ignore it, and yes, do not depend it on it fully. ये अपने लिए भी suggestion है. If we do the cheat, how can we expect the things from the students? That's the thing, right? Okay, you can think of this. One way you can try AI in your teaching next month. You can write in the chat box. You are open for the uh, interaction, question, doubt, denying what I'm saying, anything you have in your mind. Thank you so much for giving your 2 hours to me. And thank you, Ethos, for calling me over here and giving this platform so that I can present my thoughts and my point of view to the people. Yeah, we
Thank
are open
you,
for the
Professor
yeah.
Anurakti. So that was really interesting, and there were topic that you tackled. I think it's something which is very overwhelming for people also to understand the do's and don'ts when it comes to AI. So I think with that, we can move on to the question and answer. There are a few questions which we have gathered together. So I think I'll go one by one
Yeah.
with each of these questions. And then if anybody wants to even ask, you can unmute yourself and ask even. So the first question is, as faculty, can we find out whether the design or the submission by the student is an AI result or his own creation? They submit the design given by AI. Is there any way we can ask GPT if this is provided by AI?
So
And
this
or
is
is it
what
original?
yeah, this is what I said during the last
Hmm.
slides or the last minutes, that if you know some AI tools, you can judge that this is being generated by the student at the first glance. But to be more assured about it, you need to have communication and discussion and questions with the students. You will understand with your maturity, with your experience, that ये स्टूडेंट को शायद नहीं पता है, उसने डायरेक्ट जीपीटी या किसी भी एआई टूल से आंसर ले लिया. So have that discussion and you will get to know very well, quickly, within some seconds, believe me.
Okay, thank you. Second question is, for a hand sketch image to be improved, which tool should be used?
You can convert that hand sketch to improve the 3D rendered thing in Lexion. So there's this one AI tool, that's Lexion. I think I have mentioned in the sheet also, so maybe here.
Okay.
That's the quick way. That's specifically for us architects. तो उसमें सारा language है. You want it 3D, 2D, you want in what style. सारा उसमें feeded है. You just have to choose and that is being converted.
Okay. The third question. If I have a plan and elevation of building, I want view of the building and further 2, 3 options. Which software will you suggest for this?
Is the same. The same
That's it.
software for
Okay.
everything. कोई tension नहीं है.
Okay. Now, next one is it possible to show detailing, for example, HVAC detail or something through prompt? I think it's visual AI.
It's visual AI. Yeah. Again, it's the image generation. As I said, you can use Playground AI or you can use Gemini and keep on refining the prompt. Give it, I want this plus this detail, this and this. You can get the result.
Okay. And the final question, which AI tool can we use for research, specifically literature review?
Which AI tool for literature review? I think the best is what I showed you, the Explore GPT in the Chat GPT, because that is reliable source, what I can say. उसमें से ही
Okay.
आप चूज करो, उसमें 4 हैं. You can choose anyone from that.
Okay.
Uh,
So
excuse me.
yes,
Sorry to
yes,
disturb.
Professor Shin.
Actually, when my question was being answered, suddenly I lost my connection. So could you please repeat again? This side, Archana Singh.
Uh, which was the question? I have to just go back 1 second.
Yeah, this was regarding if you have plan and elevation and
Right.
generate views. Yeah.
If you have plan and elevation of a building and you want to generate a view of the building, and
Lumion.
further 2-3 options, which software you suggest? Yeah, that was the
You can
question.
that's
Yes.
Lumion. I will write I will share the link of that particular thing. Don't worry. It's Lumion. It has all the information over there.
Okay.
Okay.
So even you
Thank
have a
you.
physical model, it can from the physical model you can take the picture. It converts it to the 3D image, the render itself. So everything is possible in it.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
want, I guess she wants to know if if you submit the plan and elevation of a building, can a AI generate a 3D model out of it? And what
Yeah,
AI
yeah,
tool should you use to generate that model?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
said. Is the tool where you can generate with the image, with the plan and section, with the plan and SketchUp. Every combination is possible over there, and you can get the 3D rendered image getting generated.
Yes. Any other questions?
Are there any specific AI tools which only are concentrated on architectural drawings, detailings?
I have shared in that Excel. You can check. Everything is there. Even if it is not there, I will show it again to you. The very first slide that I showed. These are the one. So I think you are talking about the design development stage.
Yeah, in short, if you want construction drawings to be working drawings to be corrected, if I want to just if I put a drawing and I ask you just check out the missing points and fill it up, can these
Critics
things be
into
done?
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that happens in SWAP, SWAPP. This one. That happens in
Okay.
that. You just have to create your own code over there. आप कैसे in general critic करते हो वो आपको थोड़ा सा feed करना पड़ेगा and then later on it can critic by its own for any drawing you submit.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other questions? So
Yes.
yeah. So I think these were the questions which were there. In case if there's anything else, I think we can send it to you, Professor Anurakti, and then you can answer those.
Sure.
So
Sure, you my mail ID, you can mail me.
yes.
It was a short, for me it was short क्योंकि इतना सब कुछ है समझाने के लिए AI में, so 2 hours for me was short. जितना मैं prescribe करके समझा सकते थे, I tried that. Hope
Yes.
they had some insight from this session.
I'm sure it did. So with that, I think we can, this close the Q&A session, and I would like to thank all of you for, joining us today. And I would also like to thank Professor Anurakti for that thought-provoking presentation. It was a nudge in the right direction with AI coming into picture, and I think everybody would have to get adapted to it in some way. And this was a good kickstart for that, and to understand the various tools that can be used. So your insights were really great, and you've given us that roadmap, which all of us can, I think, now explore and take it further into the classrooms. And to everyone
Right.
who tuned in today, thank you for your time and your engagement. I know that as faculty, all of you have busy schedules. And your presence here shows your dedication to evolving alongside the students and learning more. We hope you feel empowered to take the first step, whether it's designing a new assignment or experimenting with AI teaching aid to see how these tools can work for you. Thank you for joining us. A quick note to help you deep diver into the topic, we will be sending this comprehensive list that Professor Anurakti has given via email. And we have also shared a feedback form in the chat box. If you could take 2 minutes to fill that up. Your suggestions are vital in helping us curate high quality, relevant content. With that, I thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next session. Thank you, everybody. And Ritik, you can stop the recording.